Hello, my name is Arya. Today, our group will present our research on growth mindset as an effective approach to responsive teaching. We begin by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet today and pay our respects to elders past, present, and emerging. We recognize their ongoing connection to land, waters, and culture. Growth mindset, developed by Carol Dweck, is the belief that intelligence and ability are not fixed traits, but can be developed through effort, persistence, and effective strategies. This mindset encourages students to embrace challenges, learn from mistakes, and take ownership of their learning, which are essential traits for lifelong learning and personal growth. This directly supports the principles of responsive teaching, which is about adapting our teaching to meet the needs of all learners. Growth mindset provides the foundation for teachers and students to be flexible, reflective, and resilient in their approaches to learning and problem solving. Growth mindset is especially important for diverse learners, such as students with learning difficulties or behavioral challenges, EAL or EALD learners, and students experiencing social disadvantage or internalized failure. These learners often face fixed labels or low expectations. Growth mindset helps challenge these assumptions, promoting confidence, motivation, and agency. It teaches students that mistakes are part of learning, not something to fear. This approach aligns with broader educational policies and frameworks. The Disability Standards for Education 2005, the Early Years Learning Framework, and the National Quality Framework, all of which promote inclusion, equity, and full participation in education. Again, this reinforces AITSL Standard 1.6 by showing how growth mindset principles can help educators create classrooms where every learner feels seen, supported, and capable of success.
Thanks, Arya. Hi, everybody, and I'm Chloe, and I'll be sharing what our literature revealed about the effectiveness of growth mindset across studies. When we analyzed the researches, we found consistent evidence that growth mindset increases student engagement, persistence, and agency, helps students embrace challenges and recover from mistakes, and offer a particular benefits for students with diverse learning needs. Students who was taught with a growth mindset framework was most likely to see effort as a path to success, rather than believing that intelligence or abilities is fixed. This helped boost their confidence and willingness to keep trying even when they fail. Across study, one message was clear: the teacher mindset and language are crucial. Growth mindset interventions was most effective when teachers genuinely believe in their student potential and model that belief through their daily interaction. It works best when embedded into classroom routines, assessment, and feedback, not just as poster or catchphrase. Another consistent theme was the connection between growth mindset and inclusive education. Students with learning difficulties or those from low socioeconomic backgrounds show improved engagement and resilience when teachers focus on effort, progress, and learning strategies. These approaches help level playing field by shifting the focus away from fixed ability. However, We also identify a significant gap. Few studies explore cultural responsiveness, particularly in relation to indigenous learners. This is a crucial oversight. Without acknowledging cultural identity, values, and learning styles, growth mindset strategy may not resonate or be effective for all students. More research is needed to explore how these approaches can be adapted to support culturally diverse learners in meaningful and respectful ways. In short, the research showed that growth mindset can have a powerful impact, but only when implemented with intention, inclusion, and cultural awareness.
Hi everyone, I'm Favour. I'll present the three core studies that support growth mindset and evaluation and also evaluate their contributions. Boylan et al. 2024 studied early childhood teachers who used 9 mindset building strategies like the brain-based language and effective goal settings. Children became more confident and open to challenges. The limitation for this strategy was the small sampling size, which consisted of 6 teachers, but the study still shows that the growth mindset can be taught and nurtured, especially in early years education. It also aligns with the early year learning framework and the Australian Institute for Teaching and School Leadership, which is number 3.4 and 6.2. Also, the standard 3.4, which says select and use resources. This means that choosing and adapting resources that support all learners. In Boylan's study, teachers selected brain-based strategies and reflective tools that engage students in understanding their own learning processes. In the standard 6.2, it says engage in professional learning and improve practice. This means the participating teachers refined their practices through iterative cycles of action and reflection, demonstrating how growth mindset strategies can be improved through cautious learning and collaboration. On the second slide, I'm going to be talking on Fraser's study, which looked at the old school approach. The teachers removed ability groupings and created an environment where students could take risks and reflect. Students became more motivated, but the teacher's mindset was the key. If a teacher held a fixed mindset, progress was limited. This aligns the Australian Institute for Teaching and School Leadership Standard 3.1, which states establish challenging learning goals. This encourages teachers to set high expectations for all students, including those who might need extra support. Thank you. Now I'm going to speak on the third slide. On this third slide, I'm going to talk about the third case study, which is Andal. Andal and his colleague focus on growth mindset supportive language, teaching teachers to use specific effort-based phrases. This approach boosted confidence and academic persistence, especially in students who struggle with failure or anxiety. However, the challenge was adapting scripted phrases into natural teachers' talk, which required professional development. This also connects back to the Australian Institute for Teaching and School Leadership and 4.1, which says support students' participation, which asks us to create inclusive environments where all learners can engage meaningfully, regardless of their ability or background. Thank you.
Thanks Favour, hope you guys doing well. Myself Mohammed Sheraz Butt. As you see my slide on the screen, critical evaluation plus policy link, and I highlighted the limitation of the research. While growth mindset is widely supported, we identify corners. Many studies are qualitative and small scale. Implementation often relies on teacher belief and confidence. There little research on culturally responsive applications include for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander learners. Morgan et al. 2024 argued that growth mindset can become superficial applied in language but not abandoned into school culture. Teacher needed time, resource, and leadership support to do this well. This time, AITSL Standard 6.2 engage in professional learning, while remind us that teacher needed continued training to build the skill required to deliver inclusive, evidence-informed strategic like growth mindset. Now we proceed to second slide, policy and curriculum alignment. In this, we will have a look growth mindset and also align with national framework. The EYLFV 2.0 engage children agency and reliance. The declaration commit to equity and excellence for all learners. The Australian curriculum highlight personal and social capability where growth mindset play a key role. The link with AITSL Standard 7.4 engage with professional teaching network and border communities, which encourage us to connect teaching practice to wider policy and community goals.
Thanks, Sheraz. Hi, everyone. I'm Srijana. I'll now summarize the key implications for our teaching based on what we've learned about the growth mindset with the help of Boylan, Fraser, and Handai research. To implement growth mindset effectively in the classroom, teachers should praise effort and strategies, not just results. Teachers should encourage goal setting, self-reflection, and learning from mistake. Create safe, inclusive environments where all students feel supported. And use individualized strategies such as individual education plans or personalized learning plans to meet the diverse needs of learners. These teaching strategies aligns with the Australian Professional Standards for Teachers, Standards 1.5 and 1.6, which is using effective strategies to support students with disability, and 1.6 focuses on understanding and responding to students from diverse linguistic, culture, religious, and socio-economic background. By applying these standards, we ensure that all learners, especially those with additional needs, can participate in rich, meaningful learning experiences. Team reflection. As a team, we adopted a strength-based approach. Each member contributed to research, presentation design, and reflection based on their strength. This collaborative process allowed us to share ideas, challenge each other's thinking, and improve our final work. Of course, there were some challenges, especially around managing our different schedules and providing timely feedback to each other. If we were to do it again, we'd clearly define our roles earlier and set time aside for group rehearsal. This teamwork experience reflects AITSL standards 6.3 and 7.4. 6.3, which encourages teacher to engage with colleagues to improve practice. 7.4, which highlights the importance of engaging professionally with colleagues, carers, parents, and the broad community. By working together, we modeled the kind of professional collaboration that enhances both student learning and teacher development. To conclude, growth mindset is a research-based, inclusive, and responsive teaching strategies. When implemented intentionally, it helps diverse learners build self-belief, confidence, and persistence, all essential for long-term success. However, it is important that teachers don't just promote it in theory. It must be supported through explicit teaching, whole school support, and culturally responsive practices that acknowledges each learner's context and needs. To support our research and recommendations, we refer to several key sources that are listed in this slide. Together, these sources gave us a strong evidence base to connect theory with practical classroom strategies. Thank you so much for listening, and if you have any question, you can comment down. Have a good day. Bye.